thousands. People say all the time, Kary, how do you have thousands and thousands and thousands of clients? It's because of what I'm teaching you. Okay, there's a lot of people who say, I don't know this bald dude with a girl's name, but we have a strategy. And these are the things that we teach in Business Academy Elite. That's actually what I'm going to lead you to today. So I'm literally living what I'm teaching today. I'm giving away what's called a spark today. And you're going to find that out in a moment. I'm teaching you what's called a spark. And then in a few minutes, I'm going to lead some of you to what's called a flame. And then some of you are going to choose to do what's called the blaze. So I'm not doing anything. I'm not teaching. In fact, I'm showing you exactly. So how many of you are part of the online general admission group? You are all spark people. You are all spark people. Let's get right into it and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right. So here we are. Is your business your full-time income? Or is it stuck as a hobby, never reaching its potential? Right now, there's a lot of people who are saying, I got to rethink the way I make money. And if that's you, great. That's why we're here. You showed up early. Early bird gets the worm in this case. You know, I normally don't teach that because it's scarcity, but you're going to get the information first. Other people might watch the recording. You're here early. Good job for you. All right. There are specific steps that every business owner must take to go from hobby to thriving business. The Firestarter formula is the key to creating the business of your dreams. In this special guidebook, you will learn a proven formula for turning cold prospects into raving fans, why a value ladder is the key to your business survival and success, and how to effectively explode the revenue of your business. Now, if you think that's hypey, look at some of the people who are watching today. In fact, some of you right now have done this fully. Wow, look at all these people, by the way. BAE, VIP. Look at all. So some of you have done this and you've applied it and your business is growing. I know April, her ghostwriting business is exploding. I know Nikki, who's just, used to be an RN full time and now her business is exploding. There's so many individuals here who are applying what we're teaching. So success in business hinges on 3 things. You ready? Attracting the right people. Folks, the wrong people are not what you want. I personally know that the wrong people are victims, not victims of crime. I'm talking victim mindset. If somebody loves blame, excuses, and denial and loves to have a microphone where they can broadcast their complaints, they're not going to like the tribe. We're going to say, get over it real quick. And we're going to say, you know what? You either change or get out. Now that probably sounds rude and that probably sounds very abrasive, but you know what? That is who we're after. We're after world changers, and world changers don't have time to sit there and wallow in their lack. In fact, I got to give a big shout out to one of our students in the general group. Amazing. Her name's a little bit tough to pronounce. You know who I'm talking about. She posted yesterday. Did some of you read that? She said, I'm down to $184 in my checking accounts, and yet I still upgraded to VIP. Why? Because I knew I could not continue with the life I was currently living. That's called sacrifice. That I already know, not because she invested in the VIP group. I already know that that woman is going to be massively successful if she continues on the path. I'll tell you why. She's hungry. She's willing to sacrifice. She is showing up for these sessions like nobody else. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, she knows her back's against the wall. When your back is against the wall, folks, you show up in a different way. That's how it was for me with my day job. My wife is amazing, Kelly. And when I knew in 2012, I've been in this job for 11 years as a pastor. I know God's calling me to bigger things. Not that the pastor was a small thing, but scarier things, riskier things. I had health insurance. I had kids' school paid for. I had titles. I had expense accounts. I had safety and security. Everybody knew me. I had a comfortable living. I mean, everything was good. And yet I knew there was something more. And my wife said to me, listen, I believe in you, but you better not fail. Now, that might sound harsh, but it's the truth. She is not one of these people who just say, oh, I believe in you, honey. You just sit at home and do whatever you want. She's like, we got 3 kids under 6. I believe in you, but you better bring it. And you know what? I'm glad she said that, because to me, that has always motivated me. Like, I'm bummed about the coronavirus, don't get me wrong. But I'll tell you what, I'm stepping up in ways that I've never stepped up, because there's people like you who need help. And whenever I get backed into a corner, that's when I actually become most, I think, in flow. And here's why. You ready for this? This is the big secret. Don't miss this, folks. You don't have time to be a perfectionist. Ouch. Let me say that again. When your back is against the wall, that's for somebody right now, today. When your back is against the wall, you don't have time to be a perfectionist. And in the past, you, my friend, have been a perfectionist. Let's be honest. You've been a procrastinator. And I'm not beating you up today. I'm setting you free. I'm setting you free because that's how it is with all of us. When we have so much time on our side, it's because we are being a perfectionist, that we're not delivering, that we're not shipping, as Seth Godin says. We think it's got to be perfect. We think that there's all the time in the world. There's not all the time in the world. Do you realize how many mistakes we've made with the Igniting Souls conference online? A ton. But you know what? We did it anyway, because our why was big enough. Now, there's some people who could never do something like that, and that's okay, but you got to get over it. There's people in the last 24 hours whose eternity is now shifted destinations. And I could have been sitting there and say, well, you know what? The workbook's not done right, so we're going to delay 6 months. This is my point, folks. Market before you manufacture. This is the way I live my life. I market before I manufacture. That's one of the main principles in Day Job to Dream Job. If you didn't get your free book, shame on you. I'm just saying, what else can I do? What else can I do? I bought you the book. All I'm asking you to do is cover shipping and handling. The whole chapter is market before you manufacture. I show you exactly how to do it, and you need to do that. That's how I do everything. I get an idea, I create a one sheet, I know enough that there's a little bit of clarity. Clarity attracts, confusion repels. But then what I do is I start marketing it. I don't wait until it's perfect. Step 6, market before you manufacture. Create your promotion. Look at Seth Godin's quote. The only purpose of starting is to finish. And while the projects we do are never really finished, they must ship. Somebody share this right now. Somebody tag somebody. Somebody's friend needs to hear that, because they've been waiting on that book for 52 years. All right, come on now. By the way, there's the free book for anybody who needs it. dayjobtodreamjob.com. Just click the free book. All right, let's keep going. By the way, we have a big announcement for the VIP people. We're meeting as a team today, and we said, how can we deliver more value for you? And you're going to have a big surprise. We may release that surprise tomorrow, or it may be Wednesday at the latest. We may have a special session on Wednesday where we give you some big announcements. All right, starting the prospect of a buyer's journey. Folks, people need a buyer's journey with you. Now, again, I'm coaching Sarah today virtually. You know, she's not here, but I'm just going to coach Sarah virtually. People have already gone with her on a buyer's journey. They're reading her blog. They're subscribed to her Instagram. At the end of the day, though, she needs to fund her passion. Why? She needs to fund her passion so that she can keep doing it. Because when you can keep doing it and do it as a full-time focus, everything shifts. And right now, there's a lot of people with followings, but they haven't learned how to monetize it. And as a result, it's an expensive hobby. You need to bring in monetization to your hobby. And I get it. Some of us are scared. Why? Because people can reject us. When it's free, they can't say no, thank you. Come on now. This is true. You know it's true. A lot of us are scared to ask for the sale in a respectful way. I'm not scared to ask for the sale. I know if I don't ask for the sale, you know what? You're going to stop in your transformation. See, we think the sale is about us. I realize that, you know what? If people don't get your secret name and they don't understand who God created them to be, they're going to be lost. So I'm absolutely passionate about people getting this book. Not because, oh, I made a few dollars from the book. Come on now. You know how much this conference cost me to run and pay the team? Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. It's worth it. You know why? Because I'll tell you why. If you want to know my strategy for doing this whole conference, I'll tell you why. When people are in crisis, most people retreat. Let me say that again. When people are in crisis, most people retreat. They conserve, they preserve. Do you know how easy it would have been for me to be like, you know what? Heck with it. I'm going on vacation next week. I'm going to go finish my book. By the way, that was on my agenda. My agenda was to go finish Unhackable, my book, and go and hide out on a private beach and just chill and hang. Instead, I put the book completely aside. I'm not asking for pat on the back. I'm telling you why, because some people have said, why did you do that? I'm telling you why. I hung with the family. It was amazing. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to show up filled up for the online tribe right now. The people who are scared, panicked, in fear, the people who literally are going through depression, they have anxiety, they're unsure, this is new territory, and we can step up in a major way. So we gave general tickets to the world for free. And I'm so glad all these people jumped on to be speakers because they're not getting paid. And I'm not really pushing their products that much. They came on because they said, I agree with the vision. The vision is coronavirus has injected fear, panic, and doubt into our society. We're quarantining together so that we can inject love, hope, and peace. All I ask for you is to share this. That's it. That's the only ask the whole time is share this, tag it, bring this to other people. That fills my tank. All right, let's keep going. Moving your customers into higher margin products. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, did you like this? Great, here's something else. Did you like that? Great, here's something else. And people go with you on a journey. This is exactly what Apple did. This is what Amazon has done. Amazon said in the beginning, go with us on a journey, buy a book. And then in 2005, they introduced Prime. And then they introduced Alexa and all these other things. They're saying, come with us on the journey. Jeff Bezos said in the very beginning, he said, this business is going to lose money. He said, this business is going to lose money. Now, I'm not saying Jeff Bezos is all that or Amazon is all that. I'm just saying the most valuable businesses in the world right now are people like Apple, who said iTunes free for the world. iTunes free for the world. Why? So you get used to our system. And once you're used to our system, then you may buy a Nano. Then you might buy an iPod. Then you might buy an iPhone. Then you might buy an Apple Watch. Then you might buy a MacBook Pro. Folks, this is called the buyer's journey. Do you know that Igniting Souls has over 20 products? Our own team doesn't know what they all are. See, that's my kryptonite. I create too much. And I just gotta chill sometimes, right? But my point is this: we always have another step in the journey because people always have additional issues that they need to overcome. All right, let's keep going. How many of you have already found a tip, an Amazon tip, an Apple tip? Are you understanding this? All right, let's keep jumping in. So you need a value ladder. It's a predetermined pathway for your clients to follow. Designed with the ultimate outcome for your clients to receive an experience. We have a value ladder in our business. By the way, general ticket people, they're right here. They haven't spent a dime, and that's okay. And there might be general admission ticket people who just walk away and say that was cool, and I don't even meet them ever. Or there might be people that say, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You mean I can get backstage access to all the teachers? You mean I can get additional guidebook material? You mean I can get this super big surprise that Kary's going to announce on Tuesday and Wednesday? Absolutely. $97. And a lot of people have upgraded to VIP. In fact, well over 100 of you, which is great. And other of you haven't. And I don't care. I'm not counting who's doing it and who's not. That's the difference. If you have a selfish, greedy heart, you're sitting there worried. And you're saying, well, gee, those general ticket people, man, they stole from me. That's scarcity. Abundance says, you know what? There's a lot more where that came from. I hope those people take every single thing that I taught, and I hope they go transform it into cash. And you know what? Awesome. Why? Because they'll remember. They'll remember, you know what? That dude, that bald dude, he helped me believe that I could do something. And I have people all the time that come back 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and they say, you know what? 4 years ago, when I first met you, I didn't know what the heck you were talking about, but now I want to publish my book, and you're the one that I want to do it with. Fantastic. Folks, this is where you have to play the long game. There's a lot of people in the online space who play a short game. They say, let's just get as many email subscribers. Let's just get as much money as we can from them, and then we'll get rid of them, and then we'll go get more. I don't believe that. I want customers for life. I want souls on fire for life. And a lot of you are here for years. I'm looking at some of the people. Some of you have been here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 years. Some of you, I just met you this week. Awesome. Here's what a value ladder does. The price is here. The value is here. I know there's only certain things I can give you with the general admission ticket. There's only certain things I can give you with the VIP ticket. We have something up here called Ring, which is $10,000 a year. And some of you might be like, oh my gosh. And yet you see what we're doing, and you see these people's launches, and that is actually something that they say, that's it. In fact, we have one person who literally has earned nearly $500,000 online. And again, we can compare and say, oh my gosh, I haven't even earned $5. Who cares? My point is, if you're getting the result and the result is bigger, should the investment be bigger? Absolutely. Absolutely. So what I'm going to teach you today is it goes from lead magnet to core offer to profit generator. You might actually lose money at this point, but you've built loyalty for life, and then you start getting the profit. So what is it? Just like Amazon? Seriously, go look at Amazon. They lost money in the beginning, but he would write shareholders and say, listen, I'm buying up everything. I'm losing the money. But if you're with me in the long, now we say Amazon owns the world. You know, Amazon owns, if they just like something, they buy the company. But they're doing that. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying it is. We can talk about, is that right? Is it a monopoly? Blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying it is. It is. All right, here we go. What is a spark? An initial contact point where strangers get to interact with your brand. That's what the general admission people are doing right now. And there's thousands of them. There's people who haven't even joined the Facebook group yet. There's a whole bunch of them. In other words, they just kicked the tire. And now they're on our email list, and who knows? They may opt out of our email list, or they may say, man, I was busy all last week, but I'm gonna jump in and see what this guy's about. And then they can do it. But a spark, I have so many sparks out there in the world. I have a podcast, I have blog posts, I have free webinars, I have free books. You don't need 5. You need 1. So don't compare. Don't say, oh my gosh, I don't have a podcast, I don't have a blog. I don't care. There's successful people that don't have podcasts and blogs. In fact, I say you don't have one unless you know what your end offer is. I call these digital breadcrumbs. You should not have a ton of digital breadcrumbs if they're not leading to the main entree. Did you catch that? There's so many people who have podcasts, and I actually go up to them and I say, why, if they let me. I'm not a jerk, but I just ask people. They say, I want to start a blog or a podcast. And my question is, why? Now, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm saying, why would you create a weekly podcast that is 52 products a year? Think about that, folks. A podcast is 52 products a year. And how much money do you make from creating 52 products? None. If your podcast is just for you to talk to your friends, that is a bad strategy. It's a spark. I'm going to say, what's your flame? And then if you say, well, my flame is a $47 mini course. Great. So you do a free podcast where you create 52 products a year and it leads to a $47 product. You're still losing money. So what's your blaze? And they kind of look at me and say, what do you mean blaze? What's your blaze? So I don't want people to write blogs, do YouTube channels, create podcasts, create Facebook Live videos, unless, now there is a time where you want brand awareness, where you just want to get out there. I get it. But what are you leading people to? I know people who don't have a spark and a flame, but they have a blaze. And you might say, how in the heck is that possible? Well, I'll tell you what, they go right into a complimentary coaching session. And they just literally say, you know what? I coach people. Here's the application. If you qualify, I offer a complimentary coaching session. And then after 30 minutes, I ask you if you want to take the next step. I would rather you do that. Seriously, I would rather everybody on this call do that than go and say, I'm going to create a blog and a podcast and a YouTube channel and Facebook Live and then what? I don't know. That's what people say. I don't know. So yeah, and Faye just said it. She's quoting me. Thank you, Faye, because you're taking notes. Sometimes brand awareness is good, but it has to lead somewhere. Okay, it has to lead somewhere. Taylor Swift leads to CDs. Taylor Swift leads to concerts. Taylor Swift leads to merchandise. So you have to have, even though people would think, you know what, our musical artists, man, they have it so bad. No, the fact that their music is for free on YouTube with amazing, expensive music videos, right? I like 21 Pilots, and I don't have to buy every 21 Pilots CD because I can just go to YouTube. But I'll tell you what, as I start listening to them, I say, I really like that song. And I don't want to press repeat. And I don't want to go back again and again. And so I buy the CD. This is what they do. This is the buyer's journey. All right, next one. How do you create a spark? Check it out, folks. We're giving away gold today. If people say, if somebody on Facebook says today, I don't know how to start a business, I don't know what I should do, I'm quarantined, you bring them over here, please, because they're going to learn right here with this guidebook. How do I create a spark? It should be low cost or free. It could literally be top 10 tips. Top 10 tips. In fact, lists are good. It's called a listicle, not an article, a listicle. The customer should perceive it as high value. Is this high value? Heck yeah. A 7-day free conference with some of the best people on planet Earth speaking? You bet it is. And this is free. And it's nuts. Some people are saying that's nuts. What are you talking about? Well, I'll tell you what, folks. We are going to create hundreds of thousands of dollars of influence and impact and income from this. And people are going to walk away and say, goodwill was achieved. And that's fine. And even if the small percentage join VIP or join Author Academy Elite or Business Academy Elite, awesome. They're the ones that are going to get massive results. They're the ones that I'm going to be interviewing in the future on my show that's going to go to millions of people through the YouTube, through the iTunes, through all the interviews. It happens every day. I love what's called the poster boy, poster girl strategy, where people end up opting into our paid programs and they do the work, and then I get to showcase them, and they get more traffic and they get more attention. It's one of the fastest ways to get promoted. You can buy your platform, costs money. You can build your platform, it takes time, or you can borrow someone else's platform. Look at all the people today and tomorrow that are going to be borrowing my platform. They didn't even ask. I said, hey, who wants to speak? And I'm letting these people borrow my platform, and they'll get thousands and thousands of views and likes and exposure. Why? Because they invested in the program and then got results. That is every person this is how I got on the stage with Michael Hyatt, John Maxwell, Dan Sullivan, Dan Miller. I mean, you just Kary Wilkerson, you go through the line and you say, how in the world do you meet all these people, Kary? How do you get invited on their stages? I study them. I purchase their program. I give it 110%. And then I report back with the results that I'm giving, and I give them the honor. Why? Because I did all the work and you're doing all the work, but it's the course that got you through the breakthroughs. Does this make sense, everybody? I hope this makes sense. Because again, this is massively secret stuff. It's common sense, but very few people do it. Instead, they just say, hey, you don't know me, but can I be a guest on your podcast? Hey, you don't know me, but can I speak on your stage? And the answer, of course, is no. Because if you have to ask, then you're not in that person's awareness. It means you're not doing the work, the results. All right, check it out. Whatever initial value you create, it must point in the direction of your final offer. This is very important. It means you can't offer something free like, hey, here's how to grow your chia pet. And then at the end, your blaze is my private mastermind where we flip houses. That doesn't match. So you can't just say, I'm going to give something away free just because it's cool. It has to match the branding, okay? Next one, what is a flame? A flame is a moderate price point, not a profit maximizer. It's logical next step. It's reasonable price jump. It's a training course. It's a service. It's an experience. And folks, that's where we stop today.